this is such an important moment that we have women of color, Black women specifically, being represented in this way. When you look at not only the women sitting next to you on the couch, but when you think about this moment, what does it mean for you? And what does it mean for young girls and boys who are watching?
Well, I think Black women need this. It's a symbol, and it shows that no matter where you're from, what country you're from, where you live in America, you can be successful and you can be a part of something great. It was just back in 1940 that Black women were allowed to even compete in the Miss America organization. And it took 30 years in 1970 when Cheryl Brown became the first Black woman to step foot on the Miss America stage. And so it's huge. And I'm so glad that people are recognizing this moment.
It's huge, but even getting to that moment, and I know you've dealt with some of this, there has been pushback. And something as simple as your hair, right? And you got a lot of pushback on that about what you should look like if you're going to be a part of this pageant. This sends a really clear message of what you should look like, and it's you should look like yourself.
Exactly. And that you don't have to fit a certain mold in order to be successful in pageantry or in other arenas. And so it's exciting for me to just be a part of this. It's exciting for me to know that I can be an example for other people, because there are certainly examples that I was able to follow that inspired me, like when Ursula Burns was CEO of Xerox, when Barack Obama was president of the United States. I think seeing those figures was so essential to me as a woman of color. I'm glad that I can share this moment with my sisters.
And from an international perspective, what does it do for you?
Yeah, I mean, like she said, when she saw those people do those things, she felt like she could do it too. I mean, we can't be what we cannot see. And so I think that's why this is so important, because then, you know, young girls can look at us and feel like, you know, they too are important. Also, it's just a matter of, you know, sometimes you walk into a casting or you walk into a job interview, and if you see one other person of color or one other Black woman, you know it's either you or her. It can never be both of you, because there's only one seat at the table. But now this proves that there can actually be 4 seats at the table. You know, it can be all of us. It doesn't have to be just one of us.
How important is it in this moment that this is not just, okay, we made it. Okay, so look, is everybody happy now? Right? That this is in fact the first step to this is how it should be.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, I think what was cool for me was that, like, I think it's 3 out of the last 4 Miss USAs were women of color. There was Kyra McCullough, there was Deshauna Barber, and that was important for me to see, that even though in the past, not even just like the far past, I mean, this was the recent past, there were women of color, that even though that happened, I still had a chance to be successful, and that people didn't think, oh, that's enough. We've given them this
the box.
Yes, exactly. That it's still possible for us to be successful on your own merit, and then it doesn't matter if you look like the last winner, if you look like the last 3. If you're the best, and you can win.